Welcome back to first year physics and very good morning students. So in the previous class, we discussed about angular momentum as well as the relation between torque and angular momentum, and one problem also we completed. And in that class I told you very clear, those who want to practice additional problem also which I was given the homework. Suppose you want to do it, otherwise not required. Now coming to the next topic, it is about a law of conservation of angular momentum. And I'll tell you one thing related to the law of conservation of linear momentum. I think everyone know about a conservation of linear momentum. That in the conservation of linear momentum, in case of a conservation of a linear momentum, here F is equal to dp by dt according to the Newton's second law. Conservation of linear momentum is nothing but when there is a force is zero. When force acting on the particle is zero, therefore the rate of change of momentum is equal to 0, or therefore dp is equal to 0, or we can also say constant. This is about in case of a what? See, p2 minus p1 is equal to 0, therefore p2 is equal to p1 we can. In case of a conservation of linear momentum. But what about the conservation of angular momentum? Of course we know, same you replace F, we know torque is equal to dl by dt. Same, similar look at the torque is defined as the rate of change of angular momentum. Suppose the external torque acting on the system is 0, same, external force acting on the particle is 0 or on the system is 0. So when there is external torque is 0, you take as dl by dt. Here also look at dp by dt. Then dt you take this side becomes 0. Then dl is nothing but a change in angular momentum. So we can say conservation of angular momentum. Then conservation of angular momentum, L is nothing but a, we know, I omega, right? Here also momentum is nothing but a, we can say mv. Yeah, here right, I1 omega 1 is equal to I2 omega 2. This is the conservation of angular momentum. It is for actually 8 marks question. It is given in the material as 8 marks, right? So here I omega we can also take I1 2 pi n1 is equal to I2 2 pi n2. That is omega is nothing but a 2 pi by capital T, right? So you want to replace with this also, no problem. Or 1 by time period is nothing but a, we can also call as the frequency. So this is the another expression. Suppose you say this 2 pi is cancelled, therefore I1 n1 is equal to I2 n2 we can, or else omega 1 by t1 is equal to I2 by t2. We can also say like this. And here in this case, conservation of angular momentum is nothing but we can say like this, I omega is equal to constant, right? I omega is nothing but a constant, therefore I inversely proportional to omega. That means here, suppose if moment of inertia increases, right, therefore angular velocity what happens? Decreases. Thus we can say conservation of angular momentum. Suppose the moment of inertia decreases, therefore angular momentum is increases. This we can call as the conservation. That we can say angular momentum is conserved. That is, we can say constant. Suppose there are some examples are there related to this. Suppose, see, there is a one turntable, right? See, table is rotating with an angular velocity omega. On the table, see, one person is having with like bundles. Like is having a two bundles, is stretched like this. Stretched like this. In his hands have two dumbbells. When is a stretched motion, when is a folded position. So what will happen the angular momentum and what will happen the angular velocity and moment of inertia. When it stretches like this from the center, look at here, this is we can say axis of rotation, right? So that it is a we can say perpendicular distance. So we know I is equal to mr square, that is I directly proportional to r square. If r increases, therefore moment of inertia increases. When moment of inertia increases, angular velocity decreases. Then in this situation, when he stretches the hands like this, therefore the table rotates with a lesser speed because the decreasing speed. This is the one comparison. And I will tell you another comparison. If the same person which is on the turntable, now when he folded the like this with his dumbbells like this, when he folded, when he closed the hands like this, when he folded the hands, therefore dumbbell will come to the center. Therefore distance is decreases. So you compare these two expressions, two situations. When it stretches like this, R will be increased. When he folded like this, R will be decreased. When here R decreases, according to this expression, moment of inertia decreases. When moment of inertia decreases, therefore angular velocity increases. So that in this situation, this table rotates with a larger speed than this position. Then in this situation, what happens? The less speed, and this position it is rotates with a larger, or it is more speed than this. So in this case, what happens? It is, we can say, conservation of angular momentum takes place, right? Conservation of angular momentum takes place. That's what here, when it stretches like this, it is only purely depend on these expressions. And this one, I directly proportional to R square. When radius, distance increases, therefore moment of inertia increases. Once moment of inertia increases, therefore angular velocity decreases. And in this case, when distance is decreases, therefore moment of inertia decreases. When moment of inertia decreases, angular velocity increases. So now you see the two situations, when stretched position and when folded position. In stretched position, distance is increases. That means distance increases is nothing but a moment of inertia increases. Moment of inertia increases, therefore angular velocity decreases. And come to this, when is folded the hands, when comes to close, so that distance reduced, you compare these two. Distance reduced, moment of inertia reduced. When moment of inertia reduced, angular velocity increases. So that we can say angular momentum is conserved. Not only this, you say like diving, jumping, this all related to dancing, skating. In all cases, the angular momentum is conserved. Diving, jumping, skating, right? So this all related to what? In that all cases, the angular momentum is conserved. Conservation of angular momentum is nothing but when there is external torque is acting on the system is 0. External torque acting on the system is 0. Therefore, the rate of change of momentum is equal to angular momentum is equal to 0. Therefore, dl is equal to 0, L2 minus L1 is equal to 0, then I1 omega 1 is equal to. So like this we can say for 8 marks question. Once open your materials, this question is given in the 8 marks. I'll show you. Yeah, page number 162, question number 3. Page number 162, question number 3. State and prove principle of conservation of angular momentum. Explain the principle of conservation of angular momentum with examples. You take any example, skating, jumping, diving, rotating table, like anyone you write. See, in our material which was explained about examples, see, driver jumping from the springboard, folds his hands and legs inwards. Due to this angular velocity increases and moment of inertia decreases. And here, ballet dancer increases or decreases his angular velocity by folding his arms and stretching legs close to the body. Hence, the angular momentum remains constant. Like that we can say. This all conservation of angular momentum. Anyone you can explain, no problem. Not only this, you can explain any with one example. Right? So this is about what? Related to the law of conservation of angular momentum. Now we'll move to the next one. Now we have to say about a rotational kinetic energy, because the body is rotating, no? So we should write a rotational kinetic energy formula. So we know translational kinetic energy. Side heading, rotational kinetic energy. So rotational kinetic energy is nothing but K rotation is equal to, sir, how we can get? See, in case of a translation, half mv square, right, or linear, we know this. Half, as it is you take half. Here m, I told you just now in the previous class, mass we can replace with a moment of inertia, because moment of inertia depend on mass and distribution of particles, so that we can replace with mass as I. Here V is there, yes, of course it is the angular velocity. This is the kinetic energy rotation. It is the kinetic energy translation. It is a rotation and it is a translation. Simple. If mass we can replace with a moment of inertia. So that rotation is equal to I omega like this. So there is a relation we can take like this. 1 by 2 I omega square. Now you divide and multiply with I. Shall I? Therefore what happens? We get rotation is equal to 1 by 2 I square omega square by I. So K rotation is equal to 1 by 2 I omega whole square by I. But L is equal to I omega, no? Therefore there is a relation K rotation is equal to L square by 2I. This is the relation. L is nothing but we know angular momentum. In case of a translation also there is a relation is equal to P square by 2M. Here look at same. P you replace with L, M we replace with I. It is the rotational kinetic energy about in case of a rotational dynamics. In case of a rotational dynamics, see there is a rotational dynamics formulas also is there. I will give you all formulas together. Before that we will do a problem on this basis, because there is a one problem is there in our material. Yeah, page number 165, question number 11. Question number 11 on the basis of rotational law kinetic energy. Everyone read the question and given data you write what is given, then after we will see. Right. Determine the kinetic energy of a circular disc rotating with a speed. Yes, is asking. Page number 165, question number is 11. Is asking rotational kinetic energy. Question mark. So we know just now we derived an expression I omega square. So in this what is given that we have to write. After writing that, then substitute the values, we will get the rotational kinetic energy. Look at, determine the kinetic energy of a circular disc rotating with a speed 60 rpm, that is given as n, 60 rpm. I told you very clear, not omega it is. If speed if it is given, it must be in the radians per second, but it is given in rpm, no? Rotations per minute. About an axis passing through a point on its circumference and perpendicular to its plane. Circular disc of mass is given as 5 kg and radius is given as 1 meter is given. Here we should get an omega as well as we should get an I value, because I is not there. So I is nothing but a what? It is a passing through the center and perpendicular. In the previous class I told you about a circular disc. For this case what happens? 3 by 2 mr square. Directly you take. Refer the previous class notes, because a disc ring like that we discussed, no, it is related to 3 by 2 mr square, because it is saying that passing through a point on its circumference and perpendicular to its plane, that means perpendicular like this. For that it is 3 by 2 mr square. Now m is there, r is there, you substitute and get a I value first. Therefore I is equal to, it is 15 by 2, so that it is maybe 7.5 kg meter square is the moment of inertia. In the same manner you get a omega. So omega is nothing but a 2 pi small n. Therefore it is 2 pi n is given as 60 rpm, rotations per minute. We cancel this. Now we can say radians per second it is. See, the omega must be in term of radians per second only. Omega must be in term of rotations per, I mean to say radians per second, not rotations per minute, not rotation per second. So now we know omega, now we know I. Suppose you come here, rotation is equal to 1 by 2, I value 7.5 and omega value 2 pi whole square. So K rotation is equal to 1 by 2, 75 by 10 into 4 into 3.1 whole square. Actually pi square in the sense is 3.1 whole square. That becomes 9.1, 9.8 approx. So 2 ones and it is 5s, 5 ones, 5 3s. Maybe you multiply 13 into 9.8, or you say it is you take a 10 value, therefore approximately will get this value rotation will be 147.8 joules. This is the K rotation value. It is what? Rotational kinetic energy, one question related, right? So on this basis let us, we have other also that is related to, I will tell you some comparison between rotational as well as the linear quantities. Similar rotational and linear quantities, that we can say dynamics. Rotational dynamics. You want to write a side heading is rotational dynamics. So there are some similar formulas are there. Rotational dynamics. Right? Here comparison between linear and rotational dynamics. You can also write like this. Linear and rotational. See, already we told you in the previous classes. Some other formulas also is there. That's what I'll tell you. F is equal to ma, of course. We know here in this case torque is equal to I alpha. Simple. M replaced with A replaced with acceleration. Torque replaced with. And here second, you go for the work done. F dot S here. Work done is nothing but a tau into theta. Tau dot theta. Right? And you take a power. Power is nothing but a F dot V. Here you write power is equal to tau into omega. Similar it is. Rotational dynamics I am telling. Right? And we know impulse J or I is equal to M into V minus U. Here you write J or I, it is equal to M is I and V minus omega 2 minus omega 1. It is the impulse and the rotational impulse. Impulse and rotational impulse. It is a power, rotational power, work done, torque. Torque, work done, power and impulse. We can also call angular impulse. Right? Fifth one you go. So for fifth one is, you can say work energy theorem. According to the work energy theorem, half mv square minus half mu square. Here you take work done is equal to, according to the work energy theorem, half m replaced with I, v replaced with omega 2 square, I omega 1 square. So work done is equal to half I, you take a common omega 2 square minus, we can take like this. Right? And here in this case we can also take suppose I want to like this another expression also here 1 by 2 I omega 2 into omega 2 minus 1 by 2 I omega 1 into omega 1. Right? Here I omega is nothing but we can say L. So that it is 1 by 2 L2 omega 2 minus 1 by 2 L1 omega 1. So that omega is equal to 1 by 2 common L2 omega 2 minus L1. Of course, we can also take like this. So rotational dynamics formulas to be like this. Not only this, we can also take other formulas so that we know about a v square minus u square is equal to alpha. I mean v is equal to u plus at. Of course, we know this. Omega 2 is equal to omega 1 plus alpha t. This is already we know. Similar expressions, and here you take theta is equal to S is equal to ut plus half at square. Here now replace theta is equal to omega t plus 1 by 2 alpha t. And here v square minus u square is equal to 2as. Then we can take here omega 2 square minus omega 1 square is equal to 2 alpha theta. Like this all what rotational dynamics formula. Some similar terms which we can replace. Mass we can replace with a I, and here acceleration we can replace with a angular acceleration, and here force we can replace with a torque, like a displacement we can replace with a theta, like power as power, like here m is I, v is omega 2, u is omega 1, like this we can write. So these are the questions which related to, these are the formulas in case of a rotational dynamics. Everyone note down this. On this basis again we have some problems, like power we have to find, like work we have to find by using these expressions. So on the basis of that, I'll tell you one problem. Please open your materials. So which was given 165 page number, question number 13. Question number 13. The moment of inertia of a flywheel we go through the question. Moment of inertia of a flywheel is given. So moment of inertia of a flywheel making 300 revolution per minute, 300 rpm is given. I is given as 0.3 kg meter square. Find the torque required. Yes, torque required to bring it to rest. Rest in the sense is omega 2 is equal to 0 in a time of t is equal to 2 seconds. So the given is in the page number 165. You go through that and is asking what now? Find a torque. But of course torque is nothing but a I alpha. Of course I is there, but alpha we don't know. It is bring it to rest now. Alpha is nothing but a omega 2 minus omega 1 by t. So final becomes 0, but we don't know omega 1, that is which is revolving with 300 rotations per minute. Omega 1 is equal to 2 pi small n. So omega 1 is equal to 2 pi into n value is given as 300 by 60. 0 cancel. 2, 6, 6. So omega 1 is equal to 10 pi it is. Of course omega to bring it to rest is 0 in a time of what? 2 seconds. So there you write alpha value, will get the alpha is omega 2 will be 0 minus omega 1 is 10 pi by t is 2 seconds. Alpha is equal to n minus 10 by 2. So that is alpha is equal to minus pi radians per second square it is. Like that we can take. And omega should be, it is in the form of radians per second. It is per second square alpha. Now we know alpha, we know omega 1 we know. Therefore you substitute here tau is equal to, right, I alpha. So tau is equal to, I will be 0.3, alpha will be 5 pi. So it is maybe 5 3s are 15, right? It is 1.5 pi Newton meter. Or you want to substitute 3.14 also, no problem. Your wish it is. Suppose you want to substitute 3.14 also, will get the answer is minus 1.5 into 3.14, no? Then you multiply this, it is approximately minus 0.471 Newton meter. Right? So that suppose do this problem, it is given in the page number 165, question number as 13 it is. Okay? And another question also is there based on the same method, the same question, that is the next question only, 14. See, you do that homework as homework, otherwise I will tell you. Okay? You suppose you do, the page number is 165, question number is 14. So then after we will look into the very short answers, what is there on the basis of this. Yeah, 157 page number, 157 page number, question number 7. Question number 7, look at, by spinning eggs on a tabletop, how will you distinguish a hard boiled egg from a raw egg? Of course it is also conservation of angular momentum. Suppose you read that answer, will get the answer ultimately, right? 8th question, why should a helicopter necessarily have two propellers? So here also same, it is also rotation related to the conservation of angular momentum only. So the helicopter with two propellers balances the angular momentum and lift the helicopter in air. It is lifting, no? The propellers are nothing but wings. If are there, therefore it is lifted vertically up without any unbalanced, so that it is conservation of angular momentum. And as well as 157 page number, question number 9 you look at, if the polar ice caps the earth were to melt, what should be the effect of the earth of the day be? See, of course when it is I directly proportional to t, I increases, therefore day also increases, because length of the day increases when the polar ice caps melts. Because L is equal to I omega, no? Therefore I is nothing but a 2 pi by t. Here we can say like this. So the question number 150, page number 157, question number 9, it is important. See, L is equal to I omega, no? Then L is equal to I omega is nothing but a 2 pi t. So I directly proportional to C. If moment of inertia increases, therefore time also increases. That's what day increases. So when it is possible, when the water formed will spread over the surface of the earth. As a result, the moment of inertia increases because distance is increases from the center, radius is increases from the center, axis of rotation from the axis of rotation, distance because of melting of ice. Polar ice caps are melts. Therefore, what happens? Moment of inertia increases. Then moment of inertia increases, therefore time period is increases. Time period increases in the sense is day increases because we have only 24 hours. It's not possible, but the relation we can say like this: if polar ice caps is reduces or decreases, therefore what happens? The length of the day increases. Of course, it is not possible. And here, why is easier to balance a bicycle motion? Of course, it is also related to rotating the wheel of a bicycle possessing a angular momentum at a center that we can call axial point. At an axial point, when no external torque acting, the magnitude and direction of angular momentum will not change. Clear? Because there also, spanner in the sense is panas. So we will open that, right? There will be a force applied perpendicular at a center axial point only, right? So that the axis of the wheel, hence the bicycle does not get tilted. It does not tilt. It moves in a straight. Is it tilting? No, because it is balanced with the angular momentum and torque. So like this, we have the questions on the basis of angular momentum and conservation of a angular momentum and torque related. And these are the questions related to rotational dynamics question. And again, one more question I was given. Suppose you do, otherwise I'll tell you in the next class, because that is homework you take as. If not, I'll tell you in the tomorrow's class, right? So this is about today's class, and thank you very much. We'll see you in the next class.